Welcome to the Same Side Selling Podcast. I'm your host, Ian Altman. I hear from a lot of technology companies. One of their big frustrations is this. I have the pleasure of working with many people in this space, and early on they'll reach out to me and say, man, we have a ton of people who we reach out to. We give demos of our products, but we don't see a lot of movement. We're not converting a lot of these people. What do you think is wrong? And one of the things that I see is this trap that people fall into. See, in the business to consumer side of the world, it's very common for us to have this freemium model, meaning here's a free piece of software you can play with. If you like it, then you can pay for and license a version that unlocks some of these other features. And in the business to consumer world, that tends to work pretty well because we're usually talking about relatively low cost items. Maybe it's something you're paying $5 for, $10 for. And it's like, here, you can try it out for free. It mostly works. And then if you like it, you can pay $5, $10, $20, $50, and now you get the product. In the business to business world, what you have to realize is that you're often suggesting something that might materially change the way somebody operates their business. And they're not inclined to just demo something and say, oh, yep, hey, this is going to change everything in our business. Let's go do it now. And they have to be in touch with how this technology you're introducing is going to benefit them. See, we lead with the demo because that's what we know. We built the product or technology, so we want to show people how cool it is. And in my prior business, we had software that we offered a free demo on our website. And we would get a ton of people coming in and demoing the software for free, or at least they created accounts, but they had no skin in the game. They weren't invested in it, and we would check with them, and a month or two later, oh yeah, I haven't really done anything. We haven't really pursued it. Why? Because they didn't invest anything. They didn't have to explain to anybody where they had spent the money or why, so who cared? So what did we do? We pivoted and we said, okay, our software sells for $50,000 and up. We realized that if you want to really take a close look at this, you need someone working side by side with you. So we charge $3,000. We take you through this trial. We'll have a discussion with you first so you're not spending money on something for no reason, but one of our engineers will be assigned to you. You'll spend a few $1,000s. Over a 30-day period, we will hold your hand through the process. If you decide to move forward with the product, that's great. If not, all it costs you is a few $1,000s to find out it wasn't the right fit, because we don't want people buying our full software for $50,000, $100,000, $250,000 if it doesn't deliver what you need. So this way, instead of us just, here's a free demo, we're going to tailor this to you. You're going to make a nominal investment to make sure it's the right investment. Well, guess what? The people who knew they were going to spend $50,000, $100,000, $250,000, $500,000, they didn't care about spending a few $1,000s, but all of a sudden now we knew that the clock had started at a 30-day window. We would work together to figure it out. And it generated a ton of sales. The other trap that people fall into is, let's say the organization has multiple levels that will need to buy in. So maybe you have something that has to do with security and safety inside of a business. And so there are people at the operational level, and then there are people at the executive level who oversee this because it's going to touch everything in the organization. And the trap that sometimes people fall into is they say, well, I have trouble getting the attention of the people at the top. But the people at this middle level think what we're doing is really sexy. It's really cool. So we're going to start selling there. Well, the challenge is the people at the executive level, if it just looks like a toy or something that people at the middle think is cool, they're probably not interested. But if I was dealing with something that was like security and safety for the overall organization, if the executives find that as a priority, then all I have to do is get buy-in from the people at the middle that says, are they actually going to use it? As opposed to the other way, I come in and get a whole bunch of people excited, but they're not authorized to spend the money. Now when they go to get approval, it's not being positioned in a way that's strategic. So in that scenario, my suggestion is that you start higher in the organization. And you might say, well, organizations come to us because they're having this security issue, this safety issue. And here's the ramifications of those. Here's what happens to organizations when they don't solve it. If solving that's important to you, we might have a solution. We'd have to work with your team to make sure they would use it, but other people are using it or seeing these types of results. And now we're focused on that. Then when it comes down time for the demo, all you get to do is you get to say, what are the 2 or 3 things that you need to see so you're comfortable this is the right fit for you? See, the trap that people fall into is that they lead and they believe their goal is to get a demo. And it's a bad goal. What you really want to do is recognize that I want to pique someone's interest with the problems we solve. I then want to determine, do we have a good fit between the problem they're trying to solve and the solution that we have? And do we feel we have a unique position where we can do it better than other people? And if that's the case, then and only then are we in a position to engage people who would use it. And now we give a demo that just shows them the proof that we can actually deliver to solve the problem they need to address. So recognize that it's not about getting a demo. The demo should be the proof in what you can deliver. The demo is not the goal any more than the meeting is a goal. All you're trying to do is pique someone's interest, determine if we have a fit, then we can deliver the evidence as to whether or not we can deliver those results. And when that happens, sales cycles get shorter, people get less concerned about price, and your business will grow dramatically. If there are additional topics you'd like me to cover, just drop me a note to ian@ianaltman.com, and I will see you on the next episode of the Same Side Selling Podcast. So long.